Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. My name's Nick Scrutton and this is Gimme, and today we're going to be reviewing the Wilson Dynapower carbon driver, where we're going to be looking at the previous model and the 2025 model. What are the main differences? There's been a bit of a jump in price of this particular model here, so why is that? Does it warrant it? We're going to hit some shots, get into the numbers, stay tuned. Okay guys, so today we're going to be testing two Wilson products. We're going to be looking at the previous Dynapower carbon driver, which came to market in around 2023, so a couple of years ago now, and then the brand new to market, the 2025 version, again, Dynapower carbon, exactly the same name. There's definitely a visual difference in terms of the drivers, but is there a performance difference in both of these drivers? Now it's quite interesting because there's definitely been a little bit of a price jump here from Wilson from 2023 into 2025. So I think a lot of Wilson customers and certainly just people in the market would be asking the question, is there a performance gain? Is there a performance difference between these two drivers? Because for what will equal out to a couple of £100 in the market, that's a bit of a jump, you know, and people often want to see a little bit of performance for that. So we're going to hit a few today, talk about the numbers, talk about the visuals and down by the ball, how it looks, and break everything down for you. So just to start with, let's talk first of all about the Dynapower carbon. Okay, so the Dynapower carbon, this particular model came to market in 2023, and for me was a big step forward from Wilson Golf in the driver market. Carbon fiber has certainly been the buzzword in the market now for a couple of different years. And what it allows the manufacturers to do is save weight, especially in the crown in this instance here, and use that weight in other parts of the golf club to create more stable, quicker heads. Carbon obviously joined alongside other manufacturers like TaylorMade, Callaway, and most recently Ping in taking carbon fiber and creating a lot of the head here. You can see their carbon fiber effect in terms of the crown, sole, not the face in this instance like TaylorMade, but they've also got some AI technology in there, very similar to what Callaway bring to market in their face technology as well. Now, what was the main difference? Well, this was a very, very competitively priced driver, and I recently did a test where I did a budget driver, this being the budget driver, against a premium driver being my own Callaway driver, and really there wasn't a huge amount of difference in the performance. In the end, I think it equaled out to around 10 yards, with the Wilson actually winning on dispersion. Now, what are the main differences here? So no movable weights, fixed weight here. They do have an adaptable hosel setting in here, so you can fine tune loft and face angle, but there isn't a huge amount of sort of fine tuning or movability to be done here. Now, in one way, that's not a bad thing. And if you like the way this driver sets up for you, then it's going to be ready to go. And at the lower budget price as well, you're really not dropping a huge amount of performance. But I'm going to hit some shots with this one today, and then we're going to test it against the new driver, which does come out a little bit more expensive and has got some new movability in that head. So I've already reviewed this driver before, and I have to say it's a good looking head. It sits square to slightly shut. So to me, it does look like it's going to potentially create more of a draw for my particular swing dynamics. But that's just a personal preference there. Down by the golf ball, it picks up a really nice shape, and you can see that sort of carbon fiber matte look on the back, which I actually really like the look of. Okay, so just like first time around when I tested that particular driver head, I found it very stable. I hit a couple out the heel and the toe just to test exactly how stable the head was. And certainly the performance there stacked up against anything else that I've hit in the market recently, despite it being priced dramatically lower when it came out in 2023. But how does it stack up against the latest model? The latest model, £200 more. Are we going to see a difference in the numbers? Let's find out. Okay, and on to the latest model here. So this is the latest Dynapower carbon model here from Wilson. And I have to say, in terms of the visuals of the head, it's definitely an upgrade. This one looks absolutely fantastic and definitely has some nice bag appeal to it. Can't argue with the improvements they've made to it visually. They've also started to bring in movable weights here as well, which you didn't get in the 2023 version. You now get a heavyweight and lightweight, which you can change, which will move that center of gravity, which we've spoken about in previous videos. So it will give you a little bit more forgiveness with the weight at the back and potentially higher launch, higher spin. And then when you move that heavy weight forwards, we might see some lower launch, some lower spin. Might make the head less stable, but also gives you the potential for longer drives. So you can definitely fine tune this one a little bit more than you can do the 2023 version. But other than that, is there any actual performance benefits? So looking at it down by the golf ball, it picks up a lovely shape. I have to say I probably prefer personally the shape of this one to the 2023 version. It suits my eye definitely. Still has that carbon effect on top, which, you know, in the natural light looks absolutely fantastic. A little bit more of a red accent on the inside of the heel of the golf club here. Now I've just got the stock option shaft here as I had in the 2023 version. So let's see if there's any performance gains here. Okay, so just hitting a few shots there with the 2025 Wilson Dynapower Carbon, and down by the golf ball looked absolutely fantastic. Performance-wise, I have to say pretty similar to the 2023 version. Both of them performed very solidly. I moved a couple of strikes around the face just to see if there was any drop-offs in ball speed, but they performed as to be expected, really, out of the heel and the toe. Certainly a little bit of loss of spin and energy out the toe area here for the 2025 version, as there was on the 2023 version. But I think what you really purchase in here with the latest version is the ability to really fine tune this. So obviously I just have this in the standard loft setting with the weight back here, but potentially I could get into fine tuning this in terms of launch and spin and face angle to really suit me as the golfer. And I think really that's what Wilson are now definitely bringing to the market, is they're now bringing these driver heads which are as sort of interchangeable and adaptable as your Callaways, your TaylorMades, your Pings, your Titleists. And I think that's really why they've warranted that price increase as well. If you're looking for out and out performance, then really I don't think you're going to find a huge amount if you invested in 2023 in the original Dynapwr Carbon. But if you're looking to be able to fine tune it, and let's say if you're making some swing changes and you want your driver head to go with you, then potentially the latest version might be for you. Okay guys, so just to wrap things up there, two really solid driver heads from Wilson Golf. Have to say the 2023 version I thought was great value for money, and I called it a budget product there, but that's just because it was so much cheaper when it came out 3 years ago, 2 years ago, compared to everything else in the market there. It was around £200 cheaper. The latest version is pretty much priced at the same price point as all the big boys nowadays, so I wouldn't say you get the value that you once got with the Dynapwr Carbon product, but the performance is still there and it definitely stacks up against other driver heads in the market. Definitely worth a test, and you can fine tune the latest version a little bit more than the 2023 version. So if you're in the market, go and give it a hit. Go and have a little look if you can get a price for it online. Two good products. Wilson definitely coming up now in terms of that wood market. So if you enjoyed that comparison video today, please give it a like. If you haven't already, please give the channel a subscription. And we'd love to hear your comments as well. Do you own one of the Wilson drivers? Have you hit them side by side? What was the performance like for you guys? Please let us know in the comments below, and we'll get back to you very soon.